Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about QuietKat. Hopefully this is the last video because I don't think they want anything to do with us at this point. But I was going to show this on the screen as I talk. And it says, "Morning, Aaron. Our standard margin from wholesale to MAP is 24% on bikes." I never said you would make 30% on every sale. First of all, he did say we would make 30%. But here it's questionable because he said every sale. Huh. Like a 24% margin is not that good. So, okay. If you bundle in full price accessories, you get 30 points. So then we would get 30%. 20% margin to dealers on sale price items is our standard policy. 20% is not a lot of money when you're selling these bikes. And he said repeatedly, verbally, that it was 30%. Aaron heard it. I heard it. Don't know. I'm kind of bringing you in the inside of QuietKat, so you're going to get some pricing here of what we paid and why we got screwed as a dealer. The MAP holiday schedule is attached. This shows MAP holidays where we will discount products. He kind of kept saying that. And I don't know, it seemed pretty on the whim that they'd be like, oh, this week this thing's on sale, this week that. It wasn't holidays, it was just randomness that they would put these things on sale. But okay, whatever. Did you sell the Ibex and Rubicon? Well, we had people interested in them, but, they kind of got scared off because he took so much time getting back to us. I create these credits often for other dealers, and the policy is I need to see an invoice showing what the product was sold for versus what the original selling price that was agreed upon. I provide the invoice to our accounting team as proof of the credit needed. So at this time, he's responding to me saying, we have somebody interested, but you have the bikes listed at, I think at that time it was pretty dang low. I'm trying to even remember what it was. Was it 2,900? Was it? I really don't remember because they've changed the price so many times. The last sale price for the Ibex was actually $1,800. You'll see what we paid, or you've already saw that because you skipped ahead. Damn you guys. But the Ibex is back at full price on our website because he took 2 weeks to get back to me. Yeah, that's right. It was like at $48.99 or something like that. I don't quite remember. And then they jumped it back up to $52.49. And then soon after all this, they $1,800 to people to blow them out because they decided we're not going to sell any full suspension bikes. Makes no sense to me, but okay. Rubicon is discontinuing and can be sold at any price. There are not many left out there. It is a nice bike. We have more people interested in the Ibex than the Rubicon, but even then, people just aren't interested. You paid $3,951.20 for the Rubicon. Remember, when we first signed up for this, these things were selling for $6,500 and $6,200. I think Rubicon was like $6,200 and the Ibex was $6,500. That was within this year, 2023. So when we signed up, and it looked good, right? Like, wow, okay, we're buying this for $3,900 and we can sell this thing for, like $6,000. Hell, somebody came in at that time and offered me $5,000, I would have taken it. Right? That's a good markup. Like, you could live off that. But then when they start dropping it below what you paid, and then what they would do is say if they dropped it to $3,100, and then they dropped it at $3,100, you would get the difference, and I'm guessing another 20% back to you, which we've learned was just credits anyway, so it probably would have never worked, and we couldn't stay in business with credits. So this whole plan was like a pyramid scheme. And then we paid $45.22.56 for the Ibex. Only 4% off wholesale. So and that's what he claims, but they blew these out at the end for $1,800 because I think they already knew this year that, well, hey, the Rubicon they were building going against their trademark agreements for the name Rubicon, and so they were illegally selling bikes. So, Jeep sent them a cease and desist. So then they blew out a bunch of bikes, and then they had, from what I was told, in the warehouse had tons of these, and then they were breaking them down. I'm sure the motors could be used for other things. Hopefully, there's parts. There's questionability. If you bought one of these and something goes wrong, it's pretty much a throwaway item. Expensive toy to just throw away and not have any life left in the product. So that's where you might want to actually, if you're interested in e-bikes that cost this much money, you need to go to a company that keeps making the same model, doesn't change the parts, they seem to still be around. That's like Hemingway. They're Chinese, but they seem to be doing a good job. Or you go to one of the bigger companies that make bikes, Trek and what have you, all the big names. That way, they're going to be around, they're going to still be making the hanger, this and that. I can't believe like hangers on mountain bikes aren't kind of standardized. That way you could just buy a hanger from anywhere. To me, that is pretty crazy. And the Rubicon hanger is actually built really well. It probably is not going to bend in for how it attaches. It attaches on the outside, but it's a special axle, nut, and hanger all in one. So I have a feeling if you did damage that hanger, good luck ever getting one to replace it, right? You have a throwaway item. So I wouldn't really want to use these on rocky trails like I was envisioning people might use them for, because Colorado has rocky trails. Now, if you're staying to bike paths, roads, what have you, you're going to be okay, because damage the hanger, how are you going to damage it, right? You use it forever and never damage the hanger or the derailleur. But advertising it to hunters, as we found out, they'll snap off the derailleur. They're going to bend the hanger, which happened, and we can't get an Ibex hanger. So I don't quite understand. It's a little part. Like, you as a company, QuietKat, can't source that out to just any Joe Blow. Be like, here, make some hangers, CNC some hangers, man. And they would be next to nothing because they're so little and whatever. Especially if you're getting it from China, they can just whip out millions of those, and they would be pennies on the dollar, and you're selling them for like $22. You're making a good markup. But I don't understand. I just don't understand the whole mountain bike thing. And this shows you that we have a remaining credit for $715.86. They will not let us use that credit. They won't let us use it. They just won't. I've asked if we could get a battery and some seats. A battery was like $4.99. Like, okay, we'll take an extra battery, and if we could get a couple seats, comfort seats, that would be cool. Never heard anything. So it's $715 credit that they basically stole from us, even though it should have been a lot more. We were luckily able to recoup some of the credit because the guy that bought the one bike ordered a bike, and we had the problems with. We were able to use our credit to buy those parts and then sell him those parts and then turn that credit into cash. I wish at the time we would have went ahead and ordered extra stuff for us, because I didn't know it was going to go south that fast. I didn't know they would not let us use our credit at all. Yeah. So here's the guy. This is Sam Blathan. This is public. He works there, so I'm not sharing anything that shouldn't be shared. I mean, this is online. This stuff's online. It's in his email. He sends it out publicly. So this is the guy at QuietKat that basically won't give us our credit in terms of parts even, and basically is the type of person that ran QuietKat into the ground for bad customer service. And I would like to point out, though, that the guy that bought the Ibex, ordered it, he did have everything settled. I don't quite know. He was able to return some stuff and they were able to refund him. My understanding, he had some sort of deal. He did put us on the emails. That's the last I heard. So I'm glad he was at least taken care of, but it took him months of going through a hassle of having QuietKat, you know, take care of him. And I'm so sorry if he sees this video. I'm so sorry, man, that we sold you on that bike. And I hope it's working out for you. And feel free to drop in here anytime. I'm not a mountain bike expert, but I'm more than happy to take a look at it. If you need a look at it, he seemed like a pretty handy fellow anyway, so he probably wouldn't need my help. But, you know, it is what it is, and I'm so sorry. I don't want to sell products that give us a bad reputation, and that's what QuietKat was doing. They were causing their dealers to get a bad reputation. And the Sam guy, he doesn't care. I mean, QuietKat, this is why you had troubles. And then you got rid of all your full suspension bikes. People like those bikes, they just don't like the customer service. In the price you were pricing them at for medium range, I'm told other commenters and stuff, well, that's a medium range, product. Blah, what do you expect? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. A SRAM is a SRAM to me. I don't know the difference. I'm not into mountain biking, and I don't understand why one derailleur would cost, say, retail cost $50 and another one might be $300. I really don't understand why there's that big price difference. The same amount of work went into producing the expensive one as the cheap one. It makes no sense to me, but I guess that's like anything. I just don't understand the mountain bike culture, if you will. I don't understand for it having so many less moving parts than a motorcycle. I don't understand why these things would even ever cost $4,000, let alone $6,000 or $10,000. I mean, there's bikes up there at $15,000. Why? It makes no sense to me. It's mind blowing that you have so few parts, but yet these things cost so much money. It really makes no sense to me, and I'm surprised that there's not more Chinese companies making a quality product that just undercuts these people drastically, which I think that's kind of what's happened in that industry, where you got QuietKat trying to sell something for $6,000. They realize, oh, this ain't COVID times. People are not paying $6,000 for these bikes when they can go pay $4,000 over here for this Chinese one that's just as good, has a great reputation, great reviews on YouTube and online, and the Himaway Cobra Pro works just great. And if you're a hunter, there's other bikes out there that fulfill that niche, and they cost a lot less, and they're just as good, if not better. And there is support for them. There's actually customer service and support. Now, when we looked at doing Hemingway originally as being a dealer for them, because we did look into them, they sent us this form that was so detailed. They wanted to know how many employees you have, like how your store was laid out. They want to know what type of service center you had so you could work on the bikes. And honestly, we looked at that and we were like, That's pretty scary. Are they going to even let us sell mountain bikes? Because we don't have techs. We don't want to get into that. We don't mind selling the item and doing some small stuff ourselves, like replacing a chain or a cassette or, little things, replacing tires. Okay, we can handle that. But getting into diagnosing what is wrong and how the suspension works and this and that, or somebody wants different force or different shock, I don't know. I know about motorcycles, so we got scared away from Hemingway's detailed dealer list. QuietKat, all they said was sign up, bada boom, bada bing, order the bikes. We did, got the bikes, and wow. So the Villager, QuietKat Villagers, because we had two of those. So I was able to sell those. We had to sell them for a loss. We paid $18.17 for each bike. That gives you an idea of their markup, because what QuietKat wants, like $28.99, I think, last I looked. It could be down, it could be up, who knows? It's QuietKat. But I had a guy come in. He actually had some other bikes on order, different brand, and he's like, if you can match slash beat their price, and instead of just being like, oh, I'll match the price, I was like, I'll beat that price, $12.90 each, cash deal. That way we don't have to take another hit on the stupid credit card processing. And he goes, okay, be right back. Came back, handed me the cash for both bikes, bought both for him and his wife. I really liked the Villager. Out of the bikes we had, they made the most sense, right? Just overpriced at $18.17 that we paid for them. That seemed like a decent deal. $28.99. That didn't seem like a good price for those bikes, for that type of bike. It really didn't. And my wife and daughter like those bikes, but like I talked to them about it, they were like, yeah, we could just buy something else that's not as crazy. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds right. We need the money for the business, try to recoup some of our loss. So in total, we spent close to $15,000. It was like 14,000 something on these four bikes. And you can see the two that really racked it up was the Rubicon and the Ibex. I mean, right there you have, God, like just almost 10 grand, right? You got 4, 3, like 9 grand. You got 9 grand worth of bikes right there. So we still have those. I guess we're just going to continue to rent those out because we have them. Hopefully recoup some of our money, but I can't even sell those. I can't sell them. I've learned we won't be running to hunters because they just break shit. And now it's down. I finally got the derailleur in. I got the right one in with the long arm. So I can go ahead and put that back together. But I just want to give an update on the QuietKat issue. Make, I guess, one last video unless I hear something back. Hey, if they go ahead and like pay us out the $7.15 or let us use that as the credit that we have on the books to get a battery and some seats or something, or just some stuff for our QuietKats, the Rubicon and Ibex. I guess we're keeping at this point because we couldn't sell them because they're up and down pricing. That's what scared the people that were interested. So you have somebody interested and it's at this price, and then he raised it back up to $52.49, and you're like, oh, sorry, that was the deal. Now it's $52.49, and the people are like, it was like $1,000 less. Now it's $1,000 up. It just didn't make any sense, But that was QuietKat. That's how they are. That's how Sam is a horrible sales manager. And QuietKat in general, and Vista Outdoors and all that, just horrible. And they wonder why. Well, if you would have taken, maybe look at your customers, look at the YouTube videos and say, how can we fix our customer service? Let's contact these people and see how we could fix the dealers / customer service, because both of it's wrong. As you have dealers dropping out because you get stuck with all this crap. Imagine if you were a place that was into the mountain bikes and you bought like 10 Rubicons for $3,951 and then they're discontinued. Or you bought 10 Ibexes for $4,522. Maybe you got an even better deal because you bought 10, but then they dropped it to $1,800 each. And there's no more support for these bikes. You just lost a ton of money because you have a company playing games with your business. Yeah, we're going to stick to what we know, e-motos. If we do get some bikes, they're probably going to be more or less for rental, not for sale. If you want to buy one, then, maybe we get a commission selling you one, but that I don't think will be our goals to sell bicycles. Maybe rent a couple, but not sell them. Just doesn't make any sense. So anyway, you all take care, stay well, stay safe, and hopefully this helps you out when you're starting your business, not to trust these companies out there because they might do something like this where you lose thousands upon thousands of dollars. We lost 10 grand easily. Lesson learned. Anyways, take care.